Hey, this is Willie Tenorio, your school board trustee for Hays CISD, and I got some important information for you. I have information on a possible bond, so let me roll out some information that I think y'all would be interested in. So here's some information on a potential bond that we have. So as you may have heard, Hays CISD is considering having a bond in May of 2020. And because we're considering having a bond in May of 2020, we've started the process to decide what could be on that bond. So if you go to our website, hayscisd.net/bond 2020, you can get more information about what might be on the bond in May of 2020 if the school board should move forward with that. Um, if you go to our main website and you see a button that looks like what's on the screen right now, 2020 bond, you click on that button, it also will take you to that page. So if you go to that page, you're going to see a lot of information about the bond. So let me tell you a little bit about the timeline for the bond first. So I think that it might be something that you're interested in, and then I'll tell you more about what might be on the bond. Okay. So this is the timeline, and let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so we've already impaneled a committee called the Bond Oversight Committee, and they're looking to determine what might be on this particular bond. And they're going to make a presentation to us in December of 2019. And if we decide to move forward with that, we will have some public hearings. And at the public hearing, we'll be listening to everybody and making a decision as to what might be in the bond in 2020. So we'll take the recommendation that the committee makes. The school board will have some public hearings, and then that the final list of what may be in the bond is subject to change. And then we can decide to vote on and whether we want to have a bond or not. So that would happen either late January or early February of 2020. We would decide, hey, we're going to have a bond, so let's move forward. So if you go to that 2020 bond site, again, let me show you the logo that you're looking for. You're looking for a logo that looks like this, 2020 bond. You go click that logo, you're in the right place. We're at hayscisd.net/bond 2020. So you go to that site and you can give us a comment about what you think should be or not be on the bond. You see something on the potential bond list that you think should be on the bond, say that like that. If you see something that you don't think should be on the bond, tell us that too. If you think we're missing something that needs to be on the bond that we haven't even thought about, you should let us know also. So there's a button that you should be looking for. It looks like this. It's Bond Talk 2020. If you click on the Bond Talk 2020 button, a form will pop up, and on that form, you'll have all these blanks, and it's got information that you can give us that will help the bond committee decide what should be on the bond or not. Now, I recently heard from a bond committee member that said they hadn't had any comments within the last 2 weeks. They hadn't had very many comments. So, they could sure use your comments. We'd appreciate that. Now, if you go to the bond website, the hayscisd.net/bond 2020 website, you're going to see an item that looks like this. Let me show you. I would like to call your attention to it. So it's going to look like this, and it's called the 2020 Bond Master Planning Project List for ranking. Again, the 2020 Bond Master Planning Project List for ranking. That has a list of all the potential bond items that have been gathered together thus far. So I'm going to read a few of those items to you. So pardon me, I'm going to look over to the left for a little bit. I have some notes here on my screen on my left because I don't want to miss anything important. And let me tell you about some of the things that may be impacting you and your students. So let me put the Bond 2020 logo up real quick again. And let me tell you a little bit more about some things that might be impacting students again. I want to emphasize that the board has not moved forward with this at this point in time. Now, there's a process, and so the bond committee is going to make their recommendation to us in December of 2019, and the process may go further than after that. But let me tell you a little bit about what is potentially on the bond. So middle school expansions and improvements makes the middle schools bigger. That's something that may be on the bond. Another thing that may be on the bond is a new elementary school, a new 900 capacity elementary school for growth in the Sunfield development, which is east of the highway in Buda. Other things that may be on the bond or expansions to Negley Elementary School and Elm Grove Elementary School. We also are looking to do some improvements to the historic Buda campus, to the upper campus. We may select demolition and improvements at upper campus and preserve the Kunkel room. The other thing that we may do is on the lower level is demo structures except playgrounds. Those are some of the things that we're thinking about doing. Something else that's on the potential, might be on the potential bond, is stadium expansions and renovations. It's been discussed to increase capacity to 4,200 seats at Lehman High School and Johnson High School. So they could be playing varsity games there on a regular basis. So instead of going to Shelton. So that's something that's been discussed also as potentially on the bond. That has a price tag of $11,009,102. By the way, if y'all have some comments or questions for me while I'm on the stream, feel free to put that in the comments. I think I'll try to read the comments. I'm not seeing any thus far, but if you have some comments, I'll try to answer those questions during the live stream. Some other things that are being considered for the bond are Shelton Stadium parking to replace stadium parking lots lost due to residential development. So if you go to Shelton Stadium, you see that you can't park across the street right now because they're going to start building houses there. So we've been parking people over at Barnum Middle School and over at Live Oak Academy. So we're looking at maybe building some more parking for Shelton Stadium. Some other things that are being considered, and again, I'm speaking about items that are being talked about. Nothing has been decided as to what's actually going to be on the bond. We're in the process of deciding what would be before the voters, but that the actual process to determine what's going to be before the voters is not completed. So I'm just telling you about things that the bond committee is discussing at this point in time. So some of the other things that are being considered are improvements for Lehman High School for baseball and softball fields, renovating the bleachers, the backstop, and the dugouts. The Hays High School weight room, increasing the size of the weight room, is also in the bond. Doing some central administration buildings is on the bond. Let me see notes on that. Basically, it's been discussed to move the curriculum instruction and the special ed department to a central office, including, and then doing some demolition, renovation, and new construction to do that. What else is on the potential bond? Doing a renovation at Live Oak Academy. Also campus HVACs and fire alarms. That's another potential thing. Flooring projects, miscellaneous maintenance projects at Fuentes Elementary, Hemp Hill, Hays High School, Performing Arts Center, Barnum Middle School. Those are all miscellaneous maintenance projects that might be on the bond. Athletic cycle maintenance, like getting new, doing some athletic cycle replacement tennis courts, Barnum Middle School, Chapel Middle School, Dahlstrom, and Simon Middle Schools. Again, these are all items that are discussed as possible things to put on the bond. Nothing has been decided as to what actually would be on a bond at this point, or if there will even be a bond, because the board has actually voted to do that. And then we're also considering purchasing buses for replacement and growth. Right now, it's being talked about getting 48 fully equipped buses at $116,650,000 each. keyless entry upgrades is also a potential item on the bond, which is software system upgrade with connectivity to the district's Active Directory to allow automatic able disable upon hiring termination. So that's like, you get a key card and it gets activated or inactivated easily. So if you're terminated or you quit or your card is inactivated, it's my understanding. I don't know all the details for that. So I know more information, I believe, is available on the bond website. There's a lot of other things too that are potentially on the bond, providing mobile devices for teaching, virtual learning, and online state assessments, replacement cycle for musical instruments and instruments and equipment for a new orchestra program is also on the potential bond. Replacement of uniforms, adding storage capacity for technology is also on the potential bond. All those types of things are on this potential bond. So I just want to tell y'all, please, please, please go out to the bond website, hayscisd.net /bond 2020. Take a look at what's on there. We got a lot of information. Our bond committee has asked a lot of questions, and we've posted the answers up there so you can see what's out there. Hays CISDs are really, really transparent when it comes to the bond process. So you can see what the committees had to look at it. Their presentations that they've had, their meeting, those presentations are on the website. Questions that they've asked and the answers that have been provided, those are on the website. A lot of information is on the website. The names of the committee members are on the website somewhere also. So, please, please, please go out there to the Hays 2020 bond website and then click on the bond talk button and tell us what you think. We need your input. The committee needs your input. They know a lot of people in the community. They were appointed by board members, and they know a lot of people in the community, but they don't know everybody. So they need your input. So let them know what you think. We'll talk to you soon. Again, this is Willie Tenorio Jr. I'm your trustee for Hays CISD, and always happy to serve y'all. If y'all have any questions for me, just let me know, and I'll be happy to try to address them as best I can. And thank you again. Thanks for watching this live stream. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.